If you're an SDR or BDR working in tech sales for at least 1 year and you have a desire to be an AE, but it hasn't happened yet, this video will be helpful for you. Now, in tech sales, the typical destination where everyone wants to be, more often than not, is to become an AE. That's the pathway to more money. You can make 6 figures, 7 figures if you're depending on the company and the product you sell. You can have work-life balance, autonomy of your time, and just being able to be a part of a culture of success with teams and getting better in a way that's truly not done in other areas of sales, like maybe real estate or car sales, which could be more isolated. Where tech sales is really a team environment, almost like sports. But what happens for a lot of people when they don't become an AE fast, or at least after the first year mark, it can be frustrating. And sometimes the prevailing thought might be to work harder, to grind, to grustle, to hard. If I'm not getting that, work harder. And I would disagree. And I want to share with you, I have some notes in front of me. It's in a free lab here. I have some 5 ideas that might be helpful for you. I guess from context, I worked in tech sales for the last 7 years, and my first journey from BDR to AE happened within 1 year. And I'll just share with you some things that I see that help work for me, but also I see where people maybe are falling short of that goal. So the first thing is that a lot of times, the first thing we need to do is not work hard alone, but also work smart. And what that means is that you can be putting in the dials and putting in the emails and grinding it out and whatever that aspect may be, as far as booking meetings or getting SAOs. But a lot of times what people fail to do is they fail to do what's already working. As a saying, do more what's already working. That's called working smart. So if you know a certain cold call opener is working or a certain email cadence is working, do more of that. A certain account you're reaching out for, do more of that. And not just rely on spaghetti at the wall kind of thing. And as I'm working hard, if I just work harder. Yes, hard work is important to be successful, to get from BDR to AE, but that plus working smart is the key. And if you're at a point now in your BDR career, SDR career, wherever you are, whether you're past 1 year, whether you're a beginner, wherever you are, I don't know where you are in your journey, just 1 second, we'll go back to the video. If you're a BDR, SDR, or AE, and you want to learn how to earn between $100,000 to $200,000 per year working in tech sales, then I have a free video training for you. In this training video, I'll walk you through my mindset first selling framework, which allowed me and other people I've coached to earn between $100,000 to $200,000 per year working in tech sales. It's a free training. All you have to do is click the link below, be sent to a website like something like this, put in your email, you get instant access to this training. Okay, now let's go back to the remaining of this video. One advice that I would share with you that I myself have ignored more than once. But I tell you, if you listen to this is the fastest path to becoming an AE. The fastest path. There's 2 things. If you do just 2 things, you'll skyrocket. You can probably do it in under a year. The first thing is that on your current team right now, whatever BDR, SDR is crushing it. The number 1 BDR, SDR, whether you just came to the organization or you've been there now, is to go up to him or her and ask them, hey, you know what? I see you're successful. I see you're crushing it. Love to be able to know what you're doing. And show them respect and just take whatever recipe they give you as far as I do this. I beg you, take the recipe and follow that and don't change the recipe. A lot of times people want to do is they want to ask the top person for advice. They get the advice and then they tweak the advice. Oh, I'll do this, that. It's like baking a cake. If I tell you how to bake a cake, you put eggs, flour, salt, yeast, butter, and you go and you're like, okay, I'll put eggs, I'll skip the flour, I'm gonna put yeast, I'll put some like your margarine instead of butter, and you bake it, and it didn't work. Oh, that didn't work. Follow the recipe. So model success is so key. That's the fastest way to get there. Model success. So that's it. On the flip side is that if you also, while you're modeling success as a BDR, you're doing that, you're crushing it. On the flip side, you also must be hanging around with other AEs in your company. There's a law called the law of association. It means that we will rise to the standard of the people we associate with. Law of association. So for example, If there's 5 smokers in a group, and if the first person comes in, so it's four smokers in a group, and the fifth person comes in and they're a non-smoker, two things are going to happen. This person will become a smoker, or they'll leave the group. But they cannot stay in this group and not be a smoker. It doesn't happen that way. The standard of the group is we smoke. So they're like, well, okay, I'll join in. Or they'll say, I'm out because I'm not a smoker. In the same way, if you get around AEs, just one AE, and just hang with him or her once a month, and just get in that rhythm of talking to them, you will match the idea and the level of their thinking as an AE. Two fastest ways: model the best BDR, and also hang with AEs. A second reason why you might not be an AE yet as a BDR to AE is and what to do instead is, are you coachable? The thing about it is that managers they talk to each other. So whenever person's maybe want to make a move to become an AE from departments, different orgs, they're gonna know, like, how's Susan? How's Jim? Tell me about him. And managers will talk. They always talk, right? And hopefully they want to say that, oh yeah, you're open to learning, you're humble, you're coachable, you're like a sponge, you're willing to try new things. On the flip side, if you're not, if you want to make excuses, if you push back, if you're stuck in your ways, it can be very hard to get promoted from BDR to AE. Being coachable. I have a video, check out my channel. It's called The White Belt Mentality. It's a great video, but I'll just kind of briefly summarize it. It basically talks about when you approach your job as a BDR or any role in tech sales, you should always come every day to work with a white belt mentality. So a white belt is a person who's a beginner. They're new. They're like a sponge. I don't know how to do a kick or a cross kick or punch. So they're always asking questions. And they're very attentive to the learning of the instructor. Okay, finger this way. Okay, cool. That way. And they're and they ask questions. They're just soaking up everything, watching videos on how to learn. A black belt mentality is a person who thinks, I know it all. I know that. I got this. I can do this. Stop listening. Stop learning. And stop wanting to get better. And that's a stumbling block for a lot of people. So being coachable, being humble, having a white belt mentality will dramatically increase your ability to become a BDR, especially if you've been in the role for at least a year. Next is to document and show consistent improvement. This is very important because the reality is that you're selling yourself. When you become an AE, or when you become an AE, especially if you're doing it internally in your company, you have to sell yourself. They want to know what makes you a candidate to become an AE. Not like directly to like, okay, tell us why, but it'd be a good way to show them. I agree that you should be able to right now, if you're not doing it now, take a document. It could be a Google Drive or some kind of Google Doc, and start documenting your wins, big and small, everything you've done that shows you're making progress in your role. And when you show that, it gives the person proof that, hey, I'm a person that gets better. I'm a person that likes to improve. I'm a person that's always going to increase my value to your team. And when you have that, managers love that. They love a person who wants to get better, who's always improving, and they can document and show the increase in progress. It's like a mic drop. Boom. It's like, there you go. There's the data. It shows that I'm improving. So make sure you're doing that. So like I said, open Google Doc today if you're not doing it. Open up a Google Drive folder and start documenting things with screenshots of shout outs if you hit quota or did a cool thing or you booked a meeting that was, a cool cold call or anything, but make sure you're documenting it and showing improvements of like, I was here, now I'm here. On that same note, this is the key thing. I mean, it's something that when you do this, you're like 90% there to become promoted, especially internally, is show they've mastered the role of a BDR and SDR with data. And the most important thing you should show they've mastered the role as a BDR and SDR is you hit your quarterly sales quota. That's it. That means that, I don't know, say you're a BDR and your quota is, we'll just say, for example, simple math, right? 5 SEOs a month. 5 SEOs a month, right? So 5 SEOs times 3 months is 15 SEOs. So it's a quarter. So it means if you can show that I hit my quarterly number, 15 SAOs for a quarter, boom, that's it. That's mastery. But the thing is, anybody can have a lucky month in sales, but very few people can have a lucky quarter. Lucky to hit your quarter for the number, hit your number for the quarter means you have mastered a skill of consistency, of mastery in the skills, and a mindset of being able to do the highs and lows, ebbs and lows. And then that's going to allow the manager, hiring manager, to think, okay, if they can hit their quarterly number as a BDR, they can hit the quarterly number as an AE, because that's the reality of the situation is. Hitting your number is it's less about the role, it's more about your mindset, your standard. And that's the standard. And also the skills. So they've mastered the skills. So when you get promoted to an AE, they're gonna know, okay, there'll be some ramp periods and stuff like that. There'll be some adjustments, but they'll know eventually this person did it over here, they're gonna do it over here. So that's really, really key. And that should be your number one driver is how can I master the role and not showing data that I hit my quarterly number. And that's something you can take to anywhere you go, internally, externally. If you're interviewing for jobs outside your company, when you go to interviews, show them the numbers. Pull up data. Like here, this is for my Q4 or Q3 or Q whatever it is that you're interviewing in or interviewed or you want to show. Show them the data. I hit my quarterly number. Bup. It's like a mic drop. It's like boom. Can't argue with that. And the last thing is the key is staying hungry and keep learning and keep growing. The biggest killer of sales success, I think success in general, is complacency. And you have to be able to show that you're the type of person that's always hungry to keep learning and growing. It could be stuff like just, drop nuggets like, I've been reading this book, or I've been listening to this podcast, or, just show things that you are learning and growing, but don't show it for them. Make it part of your daily habits. Make it part of daily habits. For me, I always read 20 minutes a day in some form of sales acumen. Currently, right now, I'm reading a book called How to Win Friends and Influence People. Great book, by the way. You should read it. It's not a tech sales book, but it's a book about humans, psychology, influence. It's a great book to read. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Read that book. But my point is that whether it's a podcast, whether it's YouTube videos, be doing something every day for at least 20 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes that adds to your sales acumen. It will compound over time. And that's how you will stay learning and growing. So that's it. I hope this video helps you. And if you have any questions about struggles about your journey into BDR to AE, put some comments below. And like I said, if you follow all 5 of those, you'll be successful at making the transition. So I hope that this video just touches you in a way that adds value to your life and hopefully gets you to that next step of becoming an AE. All right, take care. Peace.